What about when he pops out of the damn the cornfield, the sunflower field, man? Like like he looks like the freaking duck hunter dog from the game. He looks like he just caught him, like you just shot the duck down and he's like like, I mean, like, what was that? What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting, where we have for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brentman's over there. The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre of 2022 dropped on Netflix yesterday. We're going to review it for you guys. We're going to go ahead and give you a full-on spoiler review for this thing since it's new and it came out, but everybody's already kind of watched it, so we're just going to go ahead and talk spoilers. Plus, trust me, you're not going to care anyway. But if you haven't seen the movie, go watch that first. If you do care, come back and check out this review after. Brentman! Let's talk about this thing, man. You pumped?
Are we going to talk about it, or are you going to trash it, my friend?
No, the movie will trash itself. I don't even have to do it. I don't even have to do it.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. No, just messing. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I am a little darker than usual. My ring light went out, so I'm in the process of looking into a new ring light. So if you guys suggestion on a ring light, please let me know in that comment section. But you're not here for me to talk about that. Let's freaking talk about the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 on Netflix. If you want to see some of our other newer reviews for this year, especially with Scream, playlist right above my head right there. So Brad, I don't even know like why I'm asking you this, but is there at least a positive in this movie for you?
Yes. I do like the concept of the story was okay. I like the general idea just because it's different than what we've seen already. So I mean, it's not the same, oh, we're traveling through Texas, our tire breaks off the car, and now we're going to die kind of shtick that we've seen 1,000 times. So at least they're trying something different. The execution I thought was atrocious, but I also liked the fact that they changed Leatherface's look. I like the new look of Leatherface, and I did quite enjoy the ending of this movie a lot because finally, we got rid of this character that was so bad. But that aside of the point there, the post-credit scene was really cool too, of him walking back to the OG house there. But Brett, what do you think, man?
Okay, positives. The first big positive I have in this is it just like kind of like you touched upon already. It does some things differently that like I've never seen before. Like the first off being like kind of like a new type of story of like let's take an old beaten downtown and let's refinite it. And just make it new, make it fresh, make it hip, make it hop, you know, even though that's kind of a freaking bad idea. And along with you, horrible execution on that. But at least they are trying something different. And then we also got to see some new kills that I've never really seen been done before. And I thought the kills in this movie, for the most part, were freaking brutal, freaking gory. But I really have a good time with them, especially the wrist one. Look at the flick of that wrist.
I mean, they tried to do some cool kills, but they were all CGI and they looked horrible. And a lot of them were cutaways.
Some are practical effects.
I didn't see anything that was like, oh, that's a cool effect. I just saw freaking with same things we could do with a watermelon in the backyard with like we've already done before on the channel.
Oh shit!
I mean, like it was just, none of the kills really did much for me, honestly.
Yeah, and then and
it was brutal though. I mean, it was that.
Oh yeah, definitely brutal. And then my main positive throughout this movie is just Leatherface. It was just played by Mark Burnham. I thought he had a really good look to him, like a good build of what Mr. Leatherface will actually look like. And then the mask is sort of growing on me a little bit just because he hadn't had time like to stitch it up. So that's probably why it's just like all over the place, like hanging and all that, because he didn't really have time to stitch it. You know, you got to stitch them. As Saturday Night Live, Adam Sandler and David Spade freaking do. Just you got to stitch them. But yeah, other than that, those are some of the main positives in this movie. And I really don't have a mix either. So I know you're ready for this, Brad. I know you're about to go on a freaking epic rant. What do you not like about this movie?
Try anything and you're canceled, bro.
all of it. This thing was trash, man. This was an embarrassment to the franchise once again. Okay. The writing was atrocious. The characters were abysmal. I could not they were so annoying, all of them. I thought the younger sister was decent. She was okay, but the other one,
Oh,
Mel
the
or whatever her name was,
the gunshot victim of
yes,
Leela.
yeah, she was decent.
Mhm.
But the biggest thing here, man, is Sally, man. They make this whole big thing to bring Sally back into the franchise. This whole thing, this whole return. Oh, let's make a direct sequel to the first movie and bring Sally back, and we're gonna have an old Leatherface and an old Sally, and they're gonna freaking duke it out with each other. She was in the movie for 5 minutes, dude. She came in, she did absolutely nothing, and she was awful. She absolutely had Leatherface pinned down, could have got rid of him. Fine, done, story's over. But no, she just lets him get up, pick his chainsaw up, and go out the door and go kill some fools and kill her in the process. Not to mention the fact that he's deflecting shotgun freaking pellets with a damn chainsaw on the way over there. What the hell was that about?
Well, Leatherface is a Star Wars fan. He's just thinking,
No.
like if they could freaking do it in a galaxy far, far away, why can't good old Leatherface?
Look, the only reason that Leatherface is old as hell in this movie is because they wanted to do a direct sequel to the original 74 classic and bring Sally back. Or that's the whole idea behind the marketing anyway. But she's gone. She's not even the movie would be better if she's not even in it. So why are we having this old ass freaking Leatherface out here for a character that's in the movie for 5 minutes? Like there's no need to set this movie in current events and make it a direct sequel to the first movie if the only connection to that first movie is gone in 5 minutes and provides no story, nothing to the story, nothing positive for the story. It doesn't make any sense. And let's talk about the lack of grit in this thing and how polished this movie is with this big ass, bright ass freaking Texas chainsaw here. And it's just like he just picked it up off the shelves at Home Depot. It's a Kawasaki or whatever the brand is. The freaking Ryobi brand is what he got, and he got it, and it's there, and he's polishing it. There's no grit, there's no grime, there's nothing that makes Texas Chainsaw great in this movie. There's no Texas atmosphere. There's no atmosphere, period. If we're being honest, it's just they're on a sound
Kind of
set.
feels like an old Wild Wild West looking town. Kind of
It
like
doesn't even feel like that. It feels like they're on a sound stage at Universal Studios. I'm expecting a tornado to come from this freaking sky at some point. Oh, they did have lightning, but it looked like damn lightning from Child's Play back in 1980, freaking whatever year that came out. Texas Chainsaw in general, the only times these movies have ever been good was the original movie, the remake, and the beginning. Leatherface was probably the least interesting thing about those movies. And it's all about the family. It's all about the crazy psychopaths. It's all about the isolation, the grit, the atmosphere. None of that was here. None of that was here.
Yeah, and it's hard to go wrong with all that, especially like with Sally, which I'll be again, spoiler. She dies. Even though that is kind of bullshit too. She took a damn chainsaw right into the damn middle and just lifted up in the air, getting tossed in the trash. Kind of like where her performance belongs in it. And then you're telling me that she can get enough strength just to get up real quick and shoot Leatherface? I call bullshit on that. But yeah, Sally was a complete waste of time in this movie. You could have taken her like portions out of it and just put it into like the new characters or something. Again, I don't mind her dying just because that's not the original Sally. If that was the original Sally, like the actress who played her, I would have a humongous issue with that. But yeah, characters can't even remember their names. They're just there just to get got and all that. And then, yeah, I'm starting to kind of like start thinking about this because again, this is a new rewatch from the watch party I did last night on Bacon Pew-Pew's channel, and it's just was finally sinking in. Like the buzz scene, which I like the kind of like the whole hardcore stuff and all that. But what the hell's up with that buzz? I've never seen a buzz like that in my entire life. They had like 3 floors or something.
I mean, it was just a big bus, but the bus scene wasn't even good. All I was talking, everybody's like, "Oh, the bus scene's awesome. It's fantastic." No, it was horrible. Like everything was like cut away except for the end, and it was like somebody gets chopped in half as they cut. Like we could have done that in our backyard with watermelons. Like it wasn't a big deal. Like it wasn't even good. There was nothing really interesting.
We've tried it.
And people comparing it to H Kills. I'll take this the Halloween Kills Firefighter Massacre over this any day of the week. It's not even in the same league.
But I would say again, like from the positives, like there were some things they did differently, like the swinging door effect where he was killing that one dude. I thought that was pretty unique. But yeah, just going back to the negatives, yeah, characters were very lackluster. The execution of the story, lackluster. And I even noticed too, with Lily, who's the anti-gun person girl, she had like that mark right there. When you first see it, it's like it's obviously a round circle. And then when you see it again, it actually looks like a freaking like scar. Like it just like instantly like regeneration shit. So that kind of threw me off guard with it. But at least they tried. But like you said, it was just not great execution.
Yeah, I mean that comes to the writing was absolutely atrocious. Like every 5 minutes there was something that took me completely out of the movie. It was, I mean, it's all little things. I mean,
Mhm.
from a story standpoint, I mean, it's like, I mean, just little things like the dude that carries the gun everywhere. Like you tell me he doesn't have a mag in it. So when shit hits the fan, he's got to put a mag in the gun. And then Sally's going to come out here with slugs going against Leatherface. I guess it's slugs because it didn't look like a shotgun. It didn't look like buckshot because he freaking deflected it with a chainsaw, and then he got shot later on, and he didn't explode. Sally, if she's a freaking range, she's going to know the difference between. She's going to use buckshot. She's going to go after. I mean, if she knows the first thing about guns, she's going to go out there and put buckshot in there, and she's going to blow him away, or not, because she's going to just let him get up and walk off. Which was ridiculous. You have why is this girl riding in the ambulance with this old lady that just freaking died? Like, what?
I know. I have no idea. Like that made no point.
Like, yeah, why? She doesn't know her. What's she gonna go do at the hospital with her? Like, what's the point of that? Just so she can go off and get killed? It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then my last negative, you've already touched upon it too, and I'm just going to let take a quote out of Scott Evil from Austin Powers. Rip off. Pretty much like the Halloween of what 2018 and Kills did, like because even like they even took a lot of inspiration of Rob Zombie's Halloween too, like with the chainsaw in the wall and like all that, like just there, like a lot of the signs are there, so it's just like it was copying a lot of what Halloween did, but just putting the Texas Chainsaw Massacre spin on it. Just yeah, it's just okay.
And then she says, "This is Sally." She says, "Oh, it looks like it's you that she wants." Or he wants. And then she leaves him. She's like, "All right, cool. I'll use you as bait, but not really because I'm going to go off on my own anyway."
Yeah, that
So
made no sense too. Like, Sally would have gotten those kids out there, like take the car and everything, and she stayed behind. But she's going to lock them in that car. Yeah, that made no damn sense.
No, it didn't make any sense at all.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say, like, because I was saying yesterday that it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre was better for Halloween Kills, but now actually hearing your thoughts and just some of these things, and I still need a second viewing of it, but just with everything, I'm back on the team of Halloween Kills is just barely better.
I don't even think it's in the same league. At least Halloween Kills was a competently made film. If I were Fede Alvarez, I would take my name off of this immediately. I would say I'm not attached to this. This is awful. I could tell that maybe he came up with the story, like, he helped come up with the story to do something different and go to a different setting. But this does not feel anything like anything he's done before.
Yeah, and and this movie went through a lot of production hell too.
It's laughably bad. I mean, it's when the end scene when they kill Leatherface, I guess there towards the end, he gets shot twice, which somehow survives that. And then she gets the chainsaw, and it's this big slow motion montage where she goes, "Ah!" and it just kind of nicks him in the face, and he falls in the pool. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, what? Nobody's gonna buy that Leatherface is dead at this point. Like, at least make it seem like he might be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I could go on all day about this.
Yeah, and I figure we could easily make a whole big epic rant video of this, which that would be a hilarious thing to do. I've already been entertained, but I'm sorry that this movie made you feel that way. Like, at least I can have fun with it. But hey, you know what? We're allowed to have our opinions, and I'm sorry that this movie did that to you.
It's just disrespectful to the franchise. It's taken everything that it took out everything that's good about the original movie. I mean, there's not an interesting character in it. There's nothing like you got to think about that freaking Sawyer family, man, or the Hewitt family after them. Like that's the good stuff about the franchise. It's not Leatherface is just a dude with a chainsaw that's in the movie a little bit and shit. Like, yeah, he's scary. But I like the grit and the dirtiness. They did way more grit in 74, freaking 45 years ago, than they did now in 2020. Like, come on. Like, this is just, it's a lazy film. No heart that went into it. It's just a cash grab.
Just a cash grab.
3D is better than this. I'll say that all day.
Yeah, 3D is a fun movie, most definitely. So, Brad, Probably going to regret saying this. What would you rate this?
1.5.
A 1.5. As of right now, because again, I need a second viewing, just like a solo viewing, not a watch party effect, which again, nothing wrong with that. As of right now, I will go ahead and say I give this a 3 out of 5 because I am entertained by it. Mark Bunham does a really good job as Leatherface. If you're looking for just slash bloody goodness, this is like a film for you. But yeah, there's absolutely no story at all, and that to me, I like a good story in a horror film. So I'm just asking right now. It could change later. 3 out of 5. So with the 3 and the 1, that's like a 2. So as right there at the terrible security of Haddonfield.
No! 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 No!
Smith's Grove.
Yeah, Smith's Grove.
Smith's Grove.
Hell yeah. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm sure later in the future we'll do a whole big Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise review series or What's Awesome About series with it. And then Brad, we'll get to revisit this again. Aren't you excited?
I'm not. I'm never watching this movie again.
All right, positive thoughts here. But guys, what did you all think about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022? Are you kind of like me and you can have a good time with this? Or are you like my buddy Brad here and just, talking all lovely things about it? Just kidding. Or do you absolutely despise it or just hate it just as worse as Brad does? Let us know in that comment section down below. Let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to find a good reels, you do so by finding us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Those links are down below for you to find.
Absolutely. And be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And of course, ring that bell, ding, 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 so you all know when the next brand new 2022 review is up and ready, or Brad to go on another epic rant. So we'll see you guys next time. And don't mess with chainsaws.
Don't do it.